Hello, hello, my big brains. Here's what you missed this month in the Big Brain Club. First of all, we had an incredible guest speaker, my dear friend Shulin, who has over a decade of experience progressing medtech innovation at Johnson & Johnson. Here's a quick recap of that discussion.
For me, as a mechanical engineer by background, I work a lot on the delivery systems to deliver said goop, whereas the scientists are the masterminds behind the creation of how the goop actually functions.
I'm sure making those sutures is super easy, right? It's just a needle and some string. So not
When
much
I came on board,
complexity.
I thought so too. But yeah, as we quickly learn in engineering, devil's in the details as always. So.
What is your engineering origin story?
Actually, I'll be quite honest. I was a terrible student growing up. I didn't study because it was all like a lot of that is internally driven, internal ambition that gets you there. And for me, I didn't really have any of that. I shouldn't say that out loud, but I wasn't really an internally driven individual. What got me to where I was in my career in terms of my fast track up here was actually complete.
You had a job that I would have loved, which was working across these different groups and doing the technology and the politics and trying to push it all forward.
Right.
But there's many aspects of it that were actually depleting and outside of kind of what sparked joy in your
Yes.
skill set. So I was
Yes.
curious if you could walk me through how you took a shift from progressing sutures and hemostats into interventional oncology and then the discernment to jump back into kind of an area of greater joy.
When I joined the group, it was drastically different than what I was used to in my old engineering role. To the point where I did a little bit of soul searching and I realized, you know what, this is not for me. And it was that first time that finally I started to actually take some time to myself and think about what is it that I actually want to do? What is it I actually enjoy out of my career? The hardcore engineering aspect of it, and I hate the politics. It wasn't until I left to realize how good I had it.
In the different companies I was in, I always felt okay. They decided the career I have to have in this company, in this department, in this division. This is where Thomas is going to be in 10 years. What I would like to understand is how do I change that, and how do I change my mind, modify my mindset so that I just can reach further and go to this next level.
Like I said, I wasn't a good student, and part of that was I always had a little bit of not a rebellious phase or something like that. But I don't like sticking with the status quo. I guess let's put it that way. And in engineering, sometimes that's not great in terms of there are engineering rules for specific reason, but sometimes it gets you out of messes more efficiently. And I'll explain, I guess.
Brought me back into like who I am rather than who I needed to be before.
Right. Yes.
And
Yes.
and so now it's like, okay, well, I could just continue down this path that's like is inspiring, but also like I don't really know where it leads to. And it's like curiosity is my core value. I like my two strongest core values are curiosity and altruism, and neither one of those things is really like leads to money. It just like leads to like
Evan, you're absolutely correct. I mean, one of the scariest conversation I had myself is realizing taking inspiration from you, Joe, which is that decision to move back is entirely on me and no one else. And it's entirely up to me to decide if I'm comfortable enough, both financially, mentally, and stability wise, to be able to do it, and at what point to pull that trigger.
In other fun news, we've grown to over 140 people in the Big Brain Club Lite. I have 6 members in our paid community, the Big Brain Club Pro, and it's been incredible just seeing all of these new Find Your Next posts where people are building remarkable lives, living where they want, loving what they do, and being paid well for it. I'm also kind of in a new season as a digital entrepreneur. I've reached the 99 plus notification point of my journey, which means I'm literally getting inundated with comments and responses at a frequency higher than I can engage. So I'm doing the best I can to keep up and to provide value with all of you. If you do want to interact with me in real time, what you may have noticed off to the side is our monthly brain teaser. So access to the Big Brain Club Pro, where I do weekly office hour calls, as well as those monthly keynotes, is limited. I only let folks in once a month for a very short window. And we get to do this brain teaser activity where if you can solve these questions in community, then you'll know when access to the Big Brain Club Pro opens up. There are incredible people in this community, such as Lauren, who runs 2 dance communities on this platform. Sarah Honkins has done so much to help us position the Big Brain Club well with an offer that makes sense. Evan is a Notion wizard. Israel is trying to build a business coaching from a musical perspective. Riley is like consulting mega entrepreneurs across the world. And then Thomas is trying to also create an ecosystem for entrepreneurs. It's a really remarkable, unique group of people. I'm so excited to see if you're coming up to pro. So feel free to solve this in the comments below. I'll make a section for each question. Don't use ChatGPT. You can use a little bit of Google. You can use the know-how you have and have fun with it. But anyway, I'm so deeply honored to have you in this group. I'm doing everything I can to serve you and provide you with value. And if you ever need anything, just reach out and I'll do the best I can to support you. So keep changing the world, sip on that, and I'll see you on the next one.